On location again by the water. Good morning, and thanks for tuning in. I'd like to share some thoughts with you. What's going on right now seems to be a sort of awakening that people are starting to figure out that things aren't quite what they've been packaged and fed to us as. That we've been deceived on multiple levels, that the governments of the world are corrupted, run by crooked politicians, that the fiat currency system is meant to keep us perpetually in debt, and the politicians are bought and paid for, that these wars that are ongoing are to line the pockets of bankers. As a result, we see an uprising of sorts in the world, namely in Paris or France, just in that area, where there are people taking to the streets wearing yellow vests, protesting government corruption in their own way. That movement is spreading throughout the world, and it seems that there were some protests yesterday in the United States in different areas. I believe there was some activity in Australia. I saw that. But as far as places, not all that sure, but it's spreading. And it's necessary to understand that we, the people, are the ones with the power. We're the ones that, have a greater control of the situation. It's just that we don't realize it as a collective. Once we do, it's pretty much game over. And I think they know that. In a little bit earlier, shortly after I woke up, not too long ago, I remembered a video that I saw. There was looked like an admiral giving a speech at a graduation, and he talked about how during one training event there was an exercise where the class that he was in, some special ops training, Rangers maybe, special forces, Navy SEALs perhaps, they were undergoing some sort of physical and psychological torture, as it were. And he spoke about how in the middle of the night they were about neck deep in water, cold water. He and his class of maybe 50 people, and the instructors were saying that they could go home, they could go back to the base, and get back to the warmth. It's the middle of the night. It's cold. They're in water, for crying out loud, and everybody wants to go home. Obviously, their teeth are chattering, they're breathing, and they could see steam coming out of their mouths. It's a terrible situation to be in, I'd imagine. And he spoke about how one of his classmates began to sing, a song, one of their cadences. That's what is done in the military when running together. There's the one leading the platoon, squad, whatever, is usually calling cadence to keep everyone in step. At the same time, the song is being sang in order to keep everyone motivated and on the same page. That was one of my favorite parts of being in the military, actually, especially on the long runs. I got to call cadence. It was awesome. It was always fun, always motivating, and it always gave us a greater sense of strength in unifying. And that reminded me of a story of my own. When I was in basic training, we would get smoked, meaning that the drill sergeant would subject us to physical exercise to a point of muscle failure. Now, one of the favorites from one of our drill sergeants was the overhead clapper. It's basically, I'll show you with one hand, we would have our arms like this, bring them up like that, and we would clap both hands overhead. That's what used to happen. We would do these, and after a while, kind of like now with my shoulder here, shoulder would start to burn. Shoulder starts burning doing those overhead clappers. And they would have us do, 75 to 100 or so. There was one day that our class, our platoon, our company had gotten into really big trouble. I'm not sure exactly why, I can't recall, but the drill sergeants were especially upset, which was kind of their job. But we ended up getting a little bit further than 100. So the drill sergeant counts them off. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. The drill sergeant would do the counting. And us, as privates in basic training, we would count. We would count to him. We get up to 50. It's kind of burning. We kind of got used to it. We had always been getting smoked anyway, so 50 wasn't so bad. Get up to 75, starts to burn a little bit more. We get to 100, and that's usually our stopping point. We get beyond 100. Shortly after we pass 100, we start to overtake the drill sergeant. What we did, we got past 100, we got to like 103, 105. And instead of him calling out the numbers, instead of him counting off, we took the cadence for ourselves. We got up to 105 and we would all ring out together. 105, 106, 117. You know what I'm saying? We would count off the same. 108, 109, 110. We would count off ourselves. We couldn't even hear the drill sergeant anymore. We were in charge at that point. All the privates overtook the drill sergeant. We rang out our voices together. And at that point, once we started to take charge, once we unified our voices in counting off that cadence, there was no more pain. Something happened. Something changed. When we all got on the same page, when we all started to count off together, there was no more pain. We could feel this energy kind of take over the whole platoon. Suddenly, we could just keep going. No problem. We couldn't even hear the drill sergeant anymore. We just kept counting, and we could just go. We went to 200. No problem. He had to stop us. We took control there. We aligned ourselves together. Our voices rang out as one, and we moved forward, and there was no pain. He couldn't stop us. It was awesome. And such is the power of connection. When people come together with a common idea, we can change things. We become stronger. It's even in scripture. When two or more come together in my name, it's in there. That's what that's about. When we unite ourselves, when we connect together, when we move in the same direction, we strengthen each other. When we strengthen ourselves at the same time. That's the power of human connection. It makes us all stronger. Just wanted to share that story with you real quick. I'm gonna head out and get ready, going to the airport to handle business, and get back to Washington. Should be getting back there this evening. But if you enjoyed this discussion, if you like my videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get your notifications when I go live, when I upload a new video. all I got for this one. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Gonna get back to back up to the house, get ready to get out of here. Got a flight to catch in a couple hours. As always, be good to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay flat. We'll see you next time. Thank you.